Hello, Internet. My name is Kieran, and welcome back to Kieran Faye. It's 3 days until the new year, which is a little bit insane. This year's gone really fast, but I actually really like um this segment, the after Christmas before New Year's nether region, nether region, and the portal that exists between Christmas and the new year. It's 5 days. And it's like, what am I meant to be doing? Like, nothing has to be done, but you want to do stuff. Um, and so you kind of have this spark of, at least me, I have this spark of like productivity within these 5 days, and then it gets to the new year, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is really happening. And part of that is New Year's resolutions, and it's something that I feel like a lot of people struggle with. Um, and I've struggled with it as well. You kind of get a New Year's resolution. You don't think about it a heap, but you're like, I'm really gonna start this in the new year. And then you get to about maybe the end of the first week, maybe the second week, and you're like, this is way too much effort. Because you actually haven't thought about it that much. So what I want to talk about today is why New Year's resolutions are shit and how to make a good one. Um, and not even why they're shit, why yours is shit, and why mine has been shit. But how we can make them better. The first thing I want to talk about is motivation. What is your motivation for doing this? A lot of New Year's resolutions consist of like, oh, I want to lose weight. Oh, I want to go to the gym. Oh, I want to eat better, right? And it's like, well, why are you doing that? Are you wanting to lose weight because of health reasons? Because maybe self image? Or is it because you feel like you should lose weight because of these people, or because this person said this, or because, like, if it's not about you, then I don't think it's a good New Year's resolution. If something has to be about you, something has to be something you want to do, because if that motivation is not there, you simply will not stick to it. The second thing kind of also ties on to that, like, I want to lose weight thing, is the vagueness of a New Year's resolution. So if you're saying like I want to lose weight, right? That is so vague that it's like, okay, set that resolution on Christmas. By the new year, you would have lost about maybe a kilo, right? That's still losing weight. Technically, you did your goal. Good job. You did it before the new year, right? It is so vague that it isn't actually a goal. Like, it's just, oh, I would like to do this. You can't I don't think you can expect your brain to stick to something that you don't even know what it is, because you are your brain, right? So like, if you don't even know what it is, how are your brain and your body going to get there if you don't know exactly what you want to do, and all you know is that, oh, you want to lose weight? The last issue, these are the three main issues, right? The last issue is the keeping up of a goal. Like, sure, you set it in the new year, you get a week in, and then you're like, oh, I hate this. I hate doing this. Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's eating less sugar, eating less, whether it's really honing in on your studies, you are not going to like it because it is a big change from what you are already doing. Right? That first like 2-3 week period, you are going to hate it. And that is completely normal, right? But if you don't have something to get you to stick to it, you don't have the keep up of a goal of, how am I going to get this to work? How am I going to. You'll give up because you won't like it. And when we don't like things, we give up. We go, I don't like it, I don't want to do it, right? Don't give up. Try and see how much you can do, and at least get some sort of measurable circumstance out of it. And we'll talk about measuring in a minute. But I think the keep up of a goal is so, so important. If you make a mistake when you have a New Year's resolution, like say if you want to go to the gym every day and you skip one day, you give up because you haven't, your goal was to go to the gym every day. Our brains will just go, oh, well, fuck, there's my goal gone. Okay, I can give up now. Done. Fabulous. And that's not what you want to do, because then someone will go, "Oh, what was your New Year's resolution?" And you go, "Oh," and then they'll go, "Oh, did it finish in January?" And you go, "Yeah," because a lot of them do, because a lot of people don't know how to make goals. And I feel like that's a normal thing, but also now you do. So let's start talking about not even the negatives, how to make a good New Year's resolution. Ask yourself, what does this actually do to help me? Um, why have I really chosen to do this? And is this realistic for me? So, as I was saying, going to the gym every day, not realistic. Not eating sugar in this year, not realistic. I will save up this amount of money. Probably not realistic, right? Unless you are really good at saving and you've got things in place, saving a certain amount of money this year, it's probably not a realistic goal, especially in our economic state. But we won't go into that, right? If you can answer all of those three questions, what it will do for me, why am I actually doing it, and is it realistic, positively and confidently, and you're happy with all your answers, then that's probably a good goal, right? And then you've got to go from that to creating an ultimate goal. So when I say ultimate goal, there's two things that an ultimate goal has. It's not vague, it is a particular goal, and it has a time limit, right? So changing things, like I want to lose weight, to I want to lose this amount by this date, right? So you have a very specific thing, and it's in a time frame. That is what I call an ultimate goal. You have to have a specific goal in mind, and it's got to be on a time frame. Now, I will say your time frame can be by the end of 2026. This is a very good time frame when you are not sure on your abilities to do something. So say you want to learn how to cook, right? But it might not fit in to your schedule as much as you would like it to. You've still got to fit, like, you're really not a confident cook. You really aren't confident in the kitchen. By the end of 2026 is like 12 months. That is a big time frame, and it lets you let go of it a little bit, but also still stick to it. And we'll talk to sticking to it in a minute. But keeping that like time frame on you, and that very specific goal. So like, not you want to learn how to cook. You might want to learn 12 new recipes. So you might want to learn one new recipe every month. That is a good goal, right? So that's given you 12 new recipes in 12 months by the end of 2026. But then you can also flip that and go, okay, so I want to learn one new recipe a month. And then that would be you keeping up to that goal, is by the end of each month, you need to have learned one new recipe. And that will keep you going, because you've shortened it and you've simplified it and you figured out, okay, this will actually work, right? Also, figuring out what will keep you going. So whether that is a incentive, incentives do really work sometimes. So say if you go to the gym 3 times a week for 6 weeks, you will get all new gym gear. You'll treat yourself, right? If you save this amount of money on this month, you will get that thing that you really wanted, that is a good investment and not just something you're spending your money on. Because that's another thing. Don't make your incentives a reverse of what you're doing, right? So, like, if you're trying to save money, maybe don't make the incentive buying something, unless it's something you've really wanted and you probably need to get, but you are just stopping yourself from getting it. Then you've got to figure out, like, what else could help you if it's not an incentive. Things like setting backups. So if you can't get to the gym, then maybe you will do some yoga or some stretching at home that day. Like, you have to have that backup of, like, if I can't do this, I will do this. Because then at the end of the day, you'll still have done something, and you will still go, okay, I have not given up. This was just a setback. Really think about what would keep you going. Um, and what would, like even just like, I will forgive myself, but I will keep going tomorrow. because I think forgiving yourself and being kind to yourself is also really important when setting these goals, right? Because I'm really harsh on myself, and I had to like sit with myself for a few hours and go, right, okay, well, it's not realistic that I keep and keep and keep and keep going from absolutely nothing. However, it is realistic that I put this in place, right? Also, tracking yourself or finding a friend who will keep yourself accountable can be really important. Personally, I don't like having people hold me accountable for stuff. So I track my own stuff. But if it gets to a point where I stop, I will go to one of my friends and I'll go, "Can you text me every day and make sure that this happens?" Or I will tell one of my family members, "Can you make sure that I've done this every day, please?" Or that I've had, like, or even make yourself a star chart. Is that so wrong? Like, you know, the little kids' star charts? Make yourself one of them. That's great. I might make myself one of them. I might get some stars and put them on my calendar every time I do my New Year's resolution, but which we'll get to later. I'm gonna go to Officeworks and get myself some stars. Actually, I need to go and do that. Talk about tracking though. I want to talk about KPIs. I don't know if anyone else, well, obviously, if you work in business, you know what KPI is. If you work in sales, you know what KPI is. But I mean, in the way of key performance indicators, are anything that is measurable that you can track, that is a thing that can help you realize if you're doing things good or bad, right? So, in business, key performance indicators might be like the amount of sales, right? Boring stuff. But within personal, a key performance indicator might be the like the what you're losing per month, what you're not spending per month, like keeping track of those things and like comparing them. And if your weight goes down, if your money, if the amount you're spending is going down, you're doing well, right? You're like, that is your key performance indicator. It is indicating that you have good performance so far. And things like that are really important because you can actually see that you're doing well and that it's working. And if it's not working, you might need to change something. It's just numbers are good sometimes. Key performance indicators also don't have to be directly about numbers. They can also be, do I feel good this month? Do I feel good this week? Am I writing this down? Am I saying, oh, I really felt good about this, I felt good about this, oh, I felt bad about this and bad about this? So maybe you might need to change that throughout the year to make sure that you're feeling good about what you're doing, right? Also, not even like just do I feel good, but like things like, okay, so if you want to go to the gym, did you get a gym membership in January? Yes. Tick. Key performance indicator. Done. Did you go to the gym 2 times a week this week? Write that down. Then next week 3 times a week. Then the next week maybe you went 3 times a week again. If that number goes up, great. If that number goes down, you figure out why. It's not wrong. It's you figure out why and what happened, and then you rethink about it, and you go, maybe I've got to adjust my goal. Adjusting your goal throughout the year is fine, as long as you're not doing it out of laziness. If you're going, oh, I could go to the gym 3 times a week, but maybe I should just put one so that I don't have to do it 3 times, and then I've done my goal by the end of the year. That's lazy. That's not, oh, I can't do it. It doesn't fit into my schedule. That is just, you're being lazy. Don't do that. But adjusting it if it's not working is fine. Anyway, that is my recap and my telling you why your New Year's resolutions are shit and how you can fix them. So, we're going to do a little quick recap, right? Have an ultimate goal. Figure out what specifics and what time frame. Then you're going to figure out how you're going to keep that goal. If you need an incentive, if how are you going to track it? Are you going to get someone to keep you going? Are you going to get someone to keep you accountable is what I'm saying. Um and then key performance indicators. What are you going to track? Are you going to track how you feel? Are you going to track numbers? Are you going to track whatever you want to track? It has to be achievable. It has to be realistic. It has to be specific. And you've got to be kind to yourself. I'll see you soon.